Hello, everyone, and welcome to Burn the Ship, the podcast that helps entrepreneurs go all in on their business, and we introduce them to professionals that can help them to do so. Today, we have a very special guest, Miss Vicky Winkler with the Marketing Shop. How are you doing today?
Doing wonderful. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Excellent, excellent. I know this one is going to be good, and I understand that time is our most valuable resource. So, Vicky, tell us a little bit about your journey.
Yeah, so I always say that I've always lived, breathed marketing. So I went to school I got an undergraduate in marketing, and I got an MBA with a concentration in marketing. And when I graduated, I went to work for General Motors and Saturn Corporation. And so I got to see, I was part of the startup marketing team at Saturn. So I don't know if you guys remember the Saturn car, but I got to see the first Saturn car roll off the line, and just being a part of that whole just really iconic and amazing time, for Saturn, for General Motors. And that was a really cool experience. So after being at General Motors and Saturn for 11 years, I quit my job. I got this epiphany that I needed to do something more meaningful with my life. So I quit my job and I joined the Peace Corps, and
Okay.
I was a business consultant in Nicaragua. And I did that for a little while. I came back and I was impassioned to do something again more and more meaningful with my career. So I found a job at a nonprofit organization as their marketing director. And I did that for 5 years. And then after 5 years there, I decided to start the marketing shop. So 22 years ago and still going strong, I have my company, the Marketing Shop.
Excellent, excellent. Now, you've had a lot of experience in marketing. That's what you focus on. It's very rare that you come across someone that knows what they want to do from the beginning, because some people go from here to there to here to there. That's excellent to know that you have been embedded in what you do with the marketing. Now, when you got ready to start the marketing shop, something happened where you said, I'm going to burn my ship and go all in on my business. So what happened around that nonprofit time that made you say, hey, I'm going to go in all in on my business?
Right, right. Well, I had a baby.
Okay. Okay.
And so, not coincidentally, my daughter is almost 22 years old. And so I had been thinking about it and thought that I wanted to do something that I could balance life with being a mother and having my daughter. And so I formed the marketing shop. And then, of course, as she got older, it just, I started working with more clients. I got employees, and it just really got ingrained in it. And I loved it. I have loved being an entrepreneur. It has its ups and downs. It has a lot of challenges, but I've had amazing graphic designers. I still today have just an amazing staff that works with me, and just really enjoy our clients and seeing our clients succeed. When we have clients that we've had for 22 years, for 20 years, for 17 years. So having that longevity and having that history and seeing them grow and succeed over the years has been very meaningful. And we do a lot of work with nonprofit organizations. And so that obviously also brings a lot of meaning to what we do.
Excellent, excellent. Now tell us, what are those services that you're providing for business owners? What is it that we can look for you providing for us?
Yeah, well, thank you for asking. So, we focus on branding. So we do graphic design and printing, but we do branding. So we help people design their logos and all of their marketing collateral. We do PowerPoint presentations. We do product packaging design. So we're working with a variety of different kinds of clients. As I said, our passion really is working for nonprofits, but we work with on the for-profit side as well, working with medical practices, manufacturing facilities, professional organizations, trainers, and presenters. So anything to do with graphic design. Oh, we also work in the souvenir gift industry. So we do
Okay.
a lot of designs for people who are manufacturers of keychains and magnets and patches. And we have a lot of our stuff and designs in the national park stores, even though we're kind of the wind beneath the wings. We're doing it for the manufacturing reps, but that's a lot of fun to go to the Grand Canyon, which I did this summer, and see some of our designs in the stores. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome, awesome. Now, as we are continuing to build the framework of what that ideal client looks like, do you mind sharing with us what that client looks like, or what experience maybe one of your clients had, so we can be familiar with how you're taking them from here over to here?
Yeah. So where our real sweet spot is that that business or that company, that nonprofit, that has been maybe doing their graphic design, designing flyers and posters and different things like that, doing them internally, or using a freelance, or using like a lot of nonprofits will use the first volunteer that says that they can do graphic design, but they're just doing it, on the weekends or in the evenings when they have time. And so they've gotten to that point where they're just it's just a lot of hassle for them. It takes a lot of their time. It's maybe not being done as well as they'd like it to be, and they just feel like they need to hire a professional graphic design firm that is really up to date on creativity and trends and what's happening, and also just from an efficiency standpoint. I have a team of graphic designers, and so when we get projects in, we can handle them, take care of them, bang them out. We just got a client today who emailed us and said, I want to do a calendar, and it's going to be for 2025, and we need to start selling them. And it's like, oh gosh, we're at the middle of October. So, I'm going to get one of my designers on it right away. We're going to get it done. We're going to get it out, and we're going to get it printed so that they can start their fundraising campaign for selling the calendars. Um, so yeah, so just being able to be responsive, I think is really important for our clients.
Excellent. As the marketing professional you are, you painted an excellent picture, so we know what that ideal referral looks like. The way that we met was through networking. So, along with the ideal client, can you please share with us what your ideal referral partner looks like? And what I mean with us, we help with credit card processing. So, a CPA or a bookkeeper, maybe even a web developer is a good referral partner because they send us the opportunities. Who does that look like for yourself?
Yep, absolutely. It's a great question. It's for us, it's people who are fractional CMOs, fractional chief marketing officers, people who are doing marketing strategy. It can be a website designer that doesn't feel like they have the creative side. We can help with concept layouts, with infographics, with other graphics for websites. Um, and SEO people who are doing Google ads and paid advertising. We can do all the graphic design that supports those companies and organizations, but they don't necessarily do the graphics or the printing end of it. And so we can help with that. But our key really is those marketing strategy people. So we don't do marketing strategy, but we love to implement the plans, and the wonderful thing that they do is they bring clarity to what that client or customer needs when it comes to their marketing. And then we are the implementation end. We're the rubber hits the road. So when all those great plans are set in stone, then we can put them into action, and that's what we love to do.
Excellent, excellent. Now, with your experience in marketing, like I said, it's very rare because you knew when you went into college, this is what I'm going to do, and you've been doing it all this time now. And I am confident over your experiences, you have gained and nurtured some skills that the entrepreneurial audience that's watching today can add towards their bag. Do you mind sharing with us some of those things that you have acquired over time?
Yeah. Well, I think that one is that I always have a drive to learn more. And so when I see a report or a study or statistics about the field of marketing, I enjoy reading that. I'm also an adjunct professor of marketing at a community college, so I do that in my spare time. And so just gaining that knowledge of actually teaching marketing fundamentals, I think is important. And just keeping up to date on trends. And I think that being an entrepreneur, you have to have resilience. And for me, when things happen, maybe you have a tough year, maybe one year is better than the next, or you run into a patch, or maybe a large client decides to, bring someone in house or do something differently, and they don't need you anymore. I've developed, I always say it's called my resilience muscle, that says, hey, you know what? We've been through things before, right? And it's all going to work out. It always works out, and there's always a plan B. And I think, all of that came to play during COVID, when all of a sudden we went from one day of, this normal functioning business that we had to, oh my gosh, how are we going to do this? Now we were able to keep our doors open. We're in Michigan, so a lot of things were shut down. But because we produced posters and signage and different things for COVID and COVID related things, we were able to keep our doors open, but all my employees had to go remote. And we're an in-person team, so we're used to actually all working side by side. And so, I had some employees who decided to go elsewhere because they kind of saw the writing on the wall that there wasn't going to be much work. So that was a really tough time. Having to say to my employees that were left, we have to figure out how to work remotely. So we learned a lot in the process, and just just another incident to say, hey, no matter what happens, we're gonna make this work. And I always joke that one of my graphic designers at the time, we said, well, if this doesn't work, I guess we'll go to plan B, which will be we're going to open a dog grooming business. And it was kind of a funny thing we said, but it was just that mindset and the mentality that says, you know what, no matter what, we're going to be okay, and we're going to
Right.
figure this out.
Right, right, yeah. So to the audience that's watching, stay resilient, stay strong, and stay focused on the goal, regardless of what happens or comes around to you. I definitely appreciate you sharing that message. Now, Vicky, as far as time wise, we talked a little bit about work life balance, and we know that it will never be 50-50. But let's just say that you've gotten all the promotional products, you've been able to get all those graphics designs for everyone. What is it that Vicky would do with her time outside of being an adjunct professor? What would you do with that free time that you have?
Right. Right. Well, travel is the first thing that comes to mind, and I mean, I love international travel, and I do that. That's the only way I can really kind of really disengage from the business and just get away. So I do enjoy doing that. I can't do it often enough though because the business is demanding, but I do try to take. Michigan is beautiful in the summer, and so we take a lot of road trips in the summertime just to places in Michigan. We live on a lake, so we love the everything in the summer that of living on the lake. And the United States is a beautiful place. I love taking road trips and driving to different places. There's just lot of wonderful things that in a 8 or 10 hour drive that you can get to or more. So there's a lot of things to see. So a travel would definitely be the first one. And sometimes, boy, just sitting and being able to read a book is like a luxury for me. To be able to
Hmm.
sneak away to my sunroom and catch a couple hours in a book is good for me.
Awesome, awesome. Now, what's that next destination on your list? Where are you going next?
That's a great question because I have just been planning a trip just over this week. My husband and I have been talking about it for a while, but we're planning a trip to Europe in June, hopefully, if all works out. And we're going
Hmm.
to visit 4 different countries in 9 days. So it's going to be a whirlwind, actually five, because we're probably going to tack Iceland on to the very end of the trip because
Hmm.
of where Europe is and where Michigan is. Going from Paris to Iceland is kind of like on the way, almost just a little junked off of it. So, yeah, so it's we're gonna try to pack it all in.
Excellent, excellent. Now, how can the people that are watching today get in contact with you if they have more questions on how you can help them with their graphic design, or if they want to learn more about those skills that you shared today? What's the best way for them to get you?
So the best way is to just go to our website, which is www.tms.marketing. I always say there's no .com in the end. So T is in Tom, M is in Mary, S is in Sam .marketing. And if you go to the contact us page, you can fill out a contact form, or there's also a link that you can schedule right onto my calendar. And I am always more than happy to talk to any business owner that has any needling questions about their marketing or their brand or their logo, or they're just not sure, or they just want to show me a brochure that they've done that they think, I'm not sure if it's so great, or a PowerPoint presentation. I'm always willing to help anybody out, and sometimes if it means giving them a few tips to reorganize something or rewrite a section, or and then they can kind of go off and do it on their own, then that's perfectly fine too. If I can help somebody out to have some great piece of marketing material, or sometimes it's just, you know what, your logo is fine. You're good. Keep pressing on. And then sometimes if it's not, I always say, if somebody thinks that their logo is probably not working for them, it probably wasn't working for them at least 2 years ago.
Right, right, right. Makes a lot of sense. And as a client of yours, I definitely can attest to the process. Your designers were great. They got those proofs back to me, got the materials out to me very quickly, much faster than what I thought they were going to be. So I can definitely be a testament to you and your services. So thank you so much for helping us with our marketing pieces. Now, we want to honor our guests always by giving them the last word because we truly do appreciate you coming on and sharing, because you definitely didn't have to give us a piece of yourself. So we definitely appreciate that. So if you can, please look in the camera and tell the audience something good.
Gosh, I would say that regardless of where you're at, whether you're working somewhere, you're an entrepreneur, to not have any regrets, to be able to look back on your life and think at that moment that you thought, no, should I do this or shouldn't I do it? Think to yourself, will I regret it if I don't do this? And so I've tried to do that, and it means sometimes taking some risks and going a little bit out on faith to do things. But that's my word of advice is to look back on your life and think, there, I don't have any regrets.
Awesome. Awesome. So thank you so much, Vicky, for coming on today. We truly do appreciate it.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're more than welcome. And to the audience, be kind and thanks.